What's going on YouTube? It is your boy Chris back again with another Market Watch video. It's going to be the last Road to the Final Market Watch video on my channel. And it feels weird that Road to the Final did end today because the second batch was only in packs for about 3 days. And it just doesn't really make much sense to me why they would put a second batch of players in for only 3 days. I don't want this to come across as like a ranting video, but it just doesn't make sense to me because last year, I don't know if you guys remembered, but when a team would lose, we would see pages upon pages, like over 100 pages of players getting panic sold. Like, I don't know if you remember, but you know, when Griezmann lost, right? When Atletico blew that 2-goal lead to Juve, you know, Griezmann got destroyed. And then we saw the amount of buying power in the market as well when those cards would fly in price, you know, after their games. I just don't know, like, what EA's angle is with this because they didn't supply them at all. Neither did they do Batch 1, and Batch 1 cards, I mean, are through the roof. Now, I've been on the record of saying just to hold on in terms of buying these cards, and maybe I was proven wrong in this case because, I mean, this is starting to drop a little bit, but this was as high as about $6.90 today. And I mean, like, that's super high. In packs, this guy was about 450. So the fact that he's over 200k higher, I mean, it's just ridiculous. A guy like Totw, man, like, he's up 50k from where he was today. It's just the prices for these cards, to me, when it comes to where we are in terms of the market, because obviously Black Friday is coming next Friday. And we usually do get some sort of weekend league sell-off or, you know, some sort of Black Friday sell-off before that. I'm expecting these cards to at least drop a little bit in the next week or two. And I feel like the combination of people that are going to realize that these cards don't get upgrades till December, they may choose to sell them off because they want to get coins for their, you know, just for things to happen during Black Friday. Like, we could potentially get a best of where maybe these cards actually go back into packs, because that would be the most EA thing to do, in my opinion, because what better way of messing people up by making them buy a card like Martial here at 670,000 coins just to make him back in packs? I mean, he's 680 right now. To make him back in packs and his price to drop like 120k or 100k. Make people lose coins on these cards. I think we could definitely see them at some point, maybe during UCLs, right? Maybe they go back into packs for a day or two, allow people to actually like pack these cards through the UEFA marquee matchups and stuff like that. You know, not the UCL 3-player pack, but the two like gold packs that we get, the 25s and up, pretty much. So maybe that's something they do. I'm just, you know, I don't want to apologize for not telling you guys to buy, because I feel like we were always prone to get a supply at some point. This is like the first real, you know, team that we really didn't get any supply on either of them. So it's pretty remarkable how much they actually have gone up, and it just shows you guys that when there's no supply on cards, they absolutely fly out of packs. And that's why I want to talk about this team of the week as well, because it's a Monday night going into a Tuesday, and obviously team of the week, you know, goes out of packs on Wednesday, and the new team of the week comes back in. So what I'm thinking on this team of the week, guys, and I think this team of the week is going to do well out of packs. I'm thinking guys like Totw. I think he's going to do really well. This is my main guy. If I can get him around the 110, 115, I think he's going to do really well out of packs. I think this Kappa, guys, for you guys that have a low amount of coins, 14, 15k for this doesn't seem too bad to me, because he's got 86 pace, 80 dribbling, 87 physical, 77 defending, 68 shooting, and 74 passing. I wouldn't be surprised if people actually link this card up, because he is Spanish. He does have a good link. The card's got 96 stamina, 90 aggression, 87 shot power, 88 sprint speed. Like, this is a card that I think people would look at in terms of an investment for out of packs, or just put them in their teams. I think Messi actually has the opportunity to go up as well because of the lack of supply that he has gotten. Maybe look around the 225 range, somewhere around there, 22 flat. I think he could definitely rise out of packs. I would say Payet a discard. I would look at Szczesny as well. Ricardo Pereira at like 57k doesn't sound too bad to me. the Premier League right back, but then again, I still think he's going to rise. Don't know what's going to happen with this Nainggolan because he has kept up a really good price, and he plays for a team like Calegari. My mind is telling me that he's going to rise. Just basing it off of Nainggolan's card. You know, this card has a lot of hype in him. 3-star, 3-star though. I think this card's going to rise a little bit, so you can definitely see that. Barella and Van de Beek kind of as discard investments. Van de Beek actually has a usable card, so could rise. And anybody from the bench, I mean, I would stay away from this card as much as possible. He's still about 70,000 coins. I don't know how he has it. It's probably because of the lack of supply and the demand that people actually want to use that card. For some reason, a card that has no links. Basically what I've been doing, trying to do inform flipping, special card flipping. Not on a crazy scale either. It's kind of been not rough, but the market today did rebound pretty nicely. Like, the market is in a stable spot right now where you're not seeing any cards free falling or any of that. 116, we'll take that. I just think that these cards, like these roads to the finals, have to go get put back in the packs at some point. Just because, I mean, they would realistically ruin the promo, their whole promo and the whole meaning of it, if they didn't put these cards back in the packs, or at least made them more packable, because the pack weight on these were terrible. Something I will say to you guys about special cards is that cards like Screams are actually really rare right now, like really, really rare, which is an opportunity for you guys to trade with them, because, for example, it was on my stream today, but I was looking at a James Rodriguez, and multiple times he was getting put up at 270 flat. This is a card that overnight goes to about 285, 290. And that's because look at how many there are between 272 and like 290. Like, there's not that many on the market. So all it takes is like for him to be really rare on a certain hour for this card to, you know, for someone to buy this card off of you. So I've been doing a lot of that recently, and I think that's something we need to, you know, this was something I did last year a lot, and I told you guys in a couple of videos ago that this is kind of where I thrive in terms of like the market, like just special card trading. I fucking love it, man. It's, you know, just kind of seeing if things sell, what kind of buy price are these cards looking at and stuff like that. It's just like a really fun time for me to trade. And obviously I love trading with like the big boy cards. Like, you know, last year I used to trade with Inform Messi, so I'm looking forward to that again. Now, to digress away from that little conversation, I will tell you guys that I feel like Black Friday, there's not going to be a huge sell-off, but I do think there's going to be some sort of sell-off. And I think this Sunday into Tuesday, I think is going to be an opportunity for you guys to look at some deals. Maybe even Saturday night as well. Maybe people selling off pretty early to get in before everyone else starts to panic sell their stuff. I think the market has to drop at some point, in my opinion. It's still too high for me. I know we had like a little bit of a dip last week, but I still think the market is going to drop in the next week and a half. So I would say if you guys have sold any of your teams, I've encouraged, and a couple other traders have also encouraged, to just play with like a cheaper team for now, while, you know, Black Friday comes and goes. What I'll tell you guys from last year is the market was really low the week before Black Friday. And then on the 2 or 3 days leading up to Black Friday, people started buying back. And on Black Friday, the market flew. And that was because I think a lot of people told people to buy on Black Friday. And when you have everyone telling people to buy on Black Friday, what's going to happen is that the supply is not going to be as crazy as people think it's going to be. And people are going to buy in to past special cards, who are no longer in packs, by the way. Now, I would be careful with informs and other specials in this game, because EA could throw a curveball at us this year and may potentially put all Team of the Weeks and all specials back in packs, or just do like a best of, you know, best of Screams. So you would put like a Firmino and you put Insigne and those players. Then you would look at ones to watch, and maybe you put in, you know, the best of the roads to the final cards like Dembele, Bale, those kind of players. I could definitely see something like that happening. Again, it allows people to lose coins, which is what EA wants to do, ultimately from a business perspective, because the more coins that people lose, the more they get to put into FIFA points, which is obviously allows EA to make more money. Let's get off of this topic. And let's kind of talk about like Thursday this week. I think Thursday is going to be okay. The new team of the week is going to do well. It's going to be, I think, a Hazard, a Griezmann, a Ronaldo, potentially a Varane. So some of these gold cards you could definitely see going out of packs could rise on Thursday. I'm looking at like the Varanes, the Griezmanns. The last time Griezmann was in Team of the Week, his gold card really did well. He went from about 260 to 310. So I could see the same thing happening on a Varane because of the level of demand that he has for Thursday. And I think Thursday is going to be okay for us to kind of flip because there's not going to be a loan screen for this week. I don't think they're going to drop anything this Friday. I'd be very surprised if they did. Maybe let the market breathe a little bit and then kind of, throw in a little promo screen next week or something. Really get the market down a little bit. And then after Black Friday, you'll start to see a lot of these meta cards. And I'm going to show you on Flipping right now. Some of these meta cards from last year. How did they respond to Black Friday? So let me show you, like, obviously Black Friday last year was November 23rd. It was November 21st to 23rd, something like that. So let's take a look at Ronaldo. So obviously this year Ronaldo's a little bit different. He's not as meta as he was in previous years. But if you look at Ronaldo, so like the week of November 3rd, he started dropping that weekend league. And then just kind of, he chilled around the 2.15, 2.2. And then as we get to November 22nd, he went up a little bit. He went up again. And then by the Saturday, he went up another 100K. And then by literally the next week, or 2 weeks after, this card was 350K more than where he was prior to Black Friday. Now, a card like even a Aubameyang is going to do well out of packs. The cards that you would expect to do well after Black Friday to not get as much supply is going to be like the Aubameyangs, the Kantes, the Pogba, Mbappe, Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar. Like those kind of cards are going to do good out of Black Friday because people always have a misconception about Black Friday that the market drops because of the amount of lightning rounds that they put onto the market. But no, that's not how the market really works. When people get FIFA points through the lightning rounds, even if they don't pack nothing, they still get discard value of stuff, and then they realize to themselves they have to go play Weekend League. So what do? They go buy the most meta players in the game because they have all these new coins. The market gets... Anytime there's rewards in the market, anytime there's packs on the market, anytime there's coins going into people's accounts, the market flies. And that's what's going to happen during Black Friday again. If you look at Aubameyang, he went from November 7th. He flew. Maybe he was out of packs at this point. Maybe his inform was in packs. But then again, he still did well after. He still went up after after Black Friday. He went down to 275 with the supply. Maybe he got a bunch of supply on those couple days, and then he flew to 312. So he still went up a good 40K. A guy like Messi, even last year, even though Messi last year wasn't a crazy card, you still saw him go up in price. And Mbappe flew last year, and you're just gonna see more of this stuff this year, in my opinion. Yeah, you see he's been chilling around the 830, but then goes all the way to 920, so he goes up almost 100,000 coins. Cards you will not see rebound are these kind of cards, and I will show you on the popular page some of the cards that will not rebound, and some of the informs you got to be careful with as well in case we do get a best of. A card like Fabinho last year did really well after. He went from like 67K to about 85, but this year he is not as... People do not use that card as much as they did last year. There's much more options in the Premier League, so he's obviously at 30K at last year's point, but this time he was about 60,000 coins still. So this card probably will not rebound that much. Maybe a couple thousand coins, something crazy. Lucas will get destroyed. This will be the last time you see Lucas in the 15K range. He's going to probably go down less than 10, around 10K. Allen, you probably won't see him rebound. Van Dijk, you will see rebound. Mane, I think you'll rebound as well. Ronaldo, Messi, basically this whole page right here is going to rebound besides Allen. Salah, I could see rebounding. Kante, Griezmann, Lenglet, I see dropping. Suzuki, I see dropping. Pogba up. De Bruyne up. Dembele, potentially because of the amount of games that I've played with this card, could potentially go up. And I say that because he's one of the only low-rated cards that still seems to rise on Thursdays pretty nicely. Lacazette, I think, is done for. I mean, he's already done for after Vardy. Hazard, I don't know many people that have played with Hazard in this game besides me. So I don't know how much he's going to really rise after. Probably does a little bit. Aguero could rise a little bit. Martial is done for. Alisson done. Sane, I think, could rise again. Sane is really, really popular this year. Mertens done. Mendy done. Semedo done. Marcelo done. Bale done. Sterling could potentially rebound. De Jong done. Ramos will definitely rebound. He rebounded last year a decent amount. I think like 25, 30k. So he will definitely rebound. And that's kind of like what you guys want to be looking at. So if I show you guys the FIFA 20 players, and we go to a card like Anthony Martial. Now, obviously, Anthony Martial has a similar trend to where he was this time last year. He has the same trend almost this year. So let me show you guys what ended up happening on this. So obviously, like, you know, he was trending downwards already, which is what you've seen from his gold this year. But once we really got into the November 23rd range, I mean, like, this card is just like 6k, 5k, 4k. He is at currently, what price is he at right now on FIFA for the 83? Now, he's at a pack, so he's probably up a little bit. He's 18k. Now, I would expect this to, you see the same trend on this card? He just keeps on dropping and dropping. Little spikes here and there, but nothing crazy. Just dropping and dropping and dropping. And that will continue to happen as he gets put back into packs. And those kind of cards are just not going to really rebound. Unfortunately, that's kind of like the last slow death that these cards kind of endure. Before they're really just under 10,000 coins, and they're, you know, at some point they are SBC guys. When they do get to 2, 3, 4,000 coins. Remember a card like Rashford last year? He dropped considerable amounts. And he was like one of the only 81s last year that was like 20, 30k. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's kind of like a Black Friday market outlook in terms of like what we could see this Friday or see this week in terms of panic and all that kind of stuff. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, man. If you guys did, drop a like, comment, subscribe if you are new, and I'll talk to you guys in a video soon. Peace out.